have Faruque Chowdhury from Kean University. Thank you.
Before I start my presentation, I wanted to, we missed, when I was talking about the donors, for some reason our slide did not show people who actually gave us, this is my, actually we should mention their name because they significantly gave us a lot of money. I can mention Mrs. Rafat Hussain of Dr. Shamsuddin Foundation and Dr. Ghulam Sarwardi. So I would like to extend my sincere thanks to them for their generous donation. Thank you. As you know that my previous speaker already touched a lot of stuff that I'm going to make it very brief. So what is Operation Searchlight? As you know that we talked about before that the Pakistani army, they planned to kill, and they had a plan in their mind what to do. And as you know that they wanted to make sure that our Bengalis don't get their equal share. And that's actually, it started when we are trying to get our right share from them. And as you know that the history already, they talked about the election, they talked about how we get the majority, and Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was not given the opportunity to take over. You know that we talked about that. I'm not going to go with that details. But the history tells you that they have the ultimate motive to if they can take care of certain people, then they will be still enjoying their life and the ruling our country. But thank God it didn't happen. But as you know that the Operation Searchlight continues with their the military operation, and it continues to go through the process. And after March 25th, 1971, and my previous speaker talked about that how they were trying to kill our students, our intellectual people, talked about the doctors, engineers. As you know that was the ultimate motive to destroy the intellectual life of our people, so that there will be nobody to come forward to say that Bangladesh is an independent country. And that's what their ultimate, that's why they try to do that. The reason I'm here because I know that 1971 I was, since my previous speaker talked about that as an SSC student, I was also an SSC student. And I remember that time that I was joined in with my people, and I was in Sylhet, and I'm from Sylhet. So as you know that Bangladesh is divided subcontinent in different ways, and I joined from my little what I could do help them, and I was there, and my family thought I was killed, but finally I came back after a few months later. So that's the reason I'm here and I'm talking from my heart that memory is not going to go away, no matter how many years you go through this. So it still comes back. The key requirements of success. They capture all the TV station, as you know that as you know that when the military operation when it starts, they always try to do what? They try to destroy the TV station, destroy all the communication, so that you cannot even say anything because they will control everything. That's what happened, and they continue to do that. And why students were targeted? As you know that our country, and as my previous speaker talked about that students are, in our country, especially our Indian subcontinent, they are the movement for our leaders, and because they are the one who started movements for them. And as a result, I know that in this country it doesn't happen, but in our country the students are the key, and they are the one who starts movement for our leaders. And as you know that if you have no student behind you, do you think you can win election? I don't think so. The students work very hard for you. So that's what it is. Student versus Pakistani government in 1940. And my brother already talked about that. I'm not going to touch that and what happened in the language movement, how people got killed, what happened, how we get back. So already touched that, so I'm going to go through this quickly. As you know that why government stand against students in 1971. With the such experience in 1970, the government of Pakistan saw no other choice than to stop the students. Then they planned to stop the uprising of the giving them no chance to fight back. And that's what their intention was. But as you know that with all the fighting went through, and we were able to achieve our goal. And you have heard many times about how killed all the political leaders and the intellectual people. I don't want to go that. I'm going to go through quickly. And is one of the sad thing about that is that we had people inside in our own country targeted their own people. And that was one of the bad things. So what they're doing is going house to find people. So what happened was originally, so people are going army was going to house and try to get people and try to take them away and kill them. And also we talked about the Hindu Mukti, Bangla, we talked about, and they said the Gaddar. I don't know when you know what the Gaddar means. Gaddar means that betrayer. So I know I got the little note that I have to finish quickly, so I'm going to finish it within 2 seconds. So as you know that in my review of this thing, the Pakistani dictator or government systematically targeted the students and the political leaders of the East Pakistan as well as other intellectuals to put a stop to the possibility of advancement of our new nation. And I'd like to thank you very much.
I am reminded by the foreword to the Holocaust and Genocide, the Encyclopedia of Genocide. The foreword was written by Desmond Tutu, and he said something that really struck me as being so important. He said, what we learn from history is that we do not learn from history. And he quotes someone else who said that, and I want him to be wrong. And we have learned so much from, not only from this panel, of course, but from so many of the other panelists who spoke today, so many of the other speakers in many of the other sessions, and I would like us to take it to heart. So as we end this particular session, again, let us hope that Desmond Tutu would not have to quote this too many more times, that we learn from history, that we do not learn from history. We certainly have not as much information as we would like, but and we're working on getting more if possible, but we've learned an awful lot today. So thank you.